T.B. Scott Lumber Company was one of the premier pine lumber operations on the Wisconsin River in the 1880s. T.B. Scott acquired sole ownership of the mill in 1880 when it produced 10 million board feet of lumber per year. By 1889, under his guidance, it increased production to 25 million board feet per year. The arrival of the railroad in Merrill in 1880 was a boon to Merrill's logging business and allowed the transportation of logs year-round and to places the river could not reach. The T.B. Scott Lumber Company was just part of a thriving pine lumber industry in post-Civil War Wisconsin. According to a census in 1890, there were 450 separate logging camps in Wisconsin and over 1,000 sawmills. Pine logs were initially chosen because, unlike hardwood, they float and could be transported by the river systems. Wisconsin lumber was renowned and crucial to the construction of buildings and homes in growing Midwestern cities. However, the Wisconsin logging industry declined steadily after 1900, so much so that by 1929, there were only 6 operating sawmills left in the state. That rapid decline of the pine logging industry was not so easy to foresee at the time. In 1852, a Wisconsin representative Congress boasted, "There are indeterminate forests of pine to supply the wants of all citizens for all time to come." A mere 50 years later, almost all of the pine had been harvested from the Wisconsin River Basin, and the U.S. logging industry had shifted focus to the Pacific Northwest. In 1889, the T.B. Scott lumber mill burned down, but was rebuilt and remained operational for a number of years thereafter. The Wisconsin Supreme Court in 1893 decided in an appeal of the case of Farber versus T.B. Scott Lumber Company. The case was originally tried before a jury in the Licking County Circuit Courthouse, several blocks from the spot. Farber, a company employee, died after another company employee had overfilled a slab burner with scrap wood, which caused an explosion that instantly killed Farber. Farber's estate sued and obtained a $5,000 wrongful death verdict based upon the negligence of the company. The T.B. Scott Lumber Company's contentions of trial court error and an excessive jury verdict did not prevail on appeal. The case was one of the most important early employee versus employer lawsuits in the state and was frequently referenced by other courts as precedent. Today, the former site of the T.B. Scott Lumber Company is part of the Riverbend Trail and its rich history.